there was some people you were concerned about the number of people, the number of bandits here at the camp.
We haven't really discussed it in the week since, so I'm as hesitant as I was last week. I do not know that we are without some sort of very good plan at a minimum. But even that, I don't know. It seems like a lot for us to take on yet. If we can lure some of them out, thin their numbers a little bit, wait for some of them to leave. Somebody has a really good plan for distracting half of them or incapacitating half of them, or crowd control options. I'm definitely open to suggestions.
I love the idea. Sorry, I love the idea of us waiting for a group to go off on a hunt or something like that and kill those guys. I think that's awesome. Just whittle them down, I want it to be like Alien, where we pick them off one at a time as they separate.
Waiting, we may find out this is the fewest number around and people will show up. We don't know. But I think that there's a bit too many people for me to feel comfortably basically just assaulting them.
Yeah, when you guys were looking at it, there was two watchtower stands that you didn't really get a good look up into them. They don't look like they would fit more than two people comfortably. Probably, looks more like they were made for one. There was the boss lady Cressel, who you've heard about, and then there were four others. There was two kind of at the campsite, and then two kind of just on patrol.
Moving around.
Yeah, moving around.
If it was just the four guys and a boss on the ground, maybe those defensive positions really give me the heebie-jeebies. We're on the overland map, by the way, instead of the other map. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Yeah, until you decided, if you're deciding to, okay, we're just gonna leave, go somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Then we can use overland lamp. But if you're okay, well, we'll watch them. It is getting into the evening.
We want to hang out, and if we want to hang out, how close do we want to hang out where we might be discovered ourselves and then they try to get the jump on us? Obviously, the closer we are, the more we can observe them, but the higher the risk that they, pick up on us.
I would say, if we can, I think we've got the lay of the land. How about if here's an option? How about if we clear out for now? We get back to the inn and we try to see if we can get some more retainers together that we could hire to sort of come in here with force.
That is something I was gonna say. Thanks for reminding me, Ben. My
pleasure.
I was gonna say you guys had Valerie and Lindsay. If we wanted to say that they were traveling with you, and they just, that's fine, because that's kind of what they're there for in a way too. You definitely can use them as to recruit, because they're also on a mission to rout out banditry and make a name for themselves.
Where this thing is at, is there a very clear kind of path through the woods in and out? So we could make an assumption that, hey, they're going to go either,
they are
one way or the other.
A road. They are alongside.
It's like a game trail.
It doesn't mean that anybody has to stick to it, but that is the easiest path. Most likely, people would be on it.
Yeah, it's relatively large. It's about 60 feet from the Thorn River, north bank, and a path winds alongside a shallow creek that leads directly up to the campsite. This path continues for another 200 feet north of the camp before turning into a standard game trail.
Okay. So doesn't that mean that there's really only one major way in which they go out, which is the path and not the game trail, right?
It goes in either direction and then peters out.
Yeah.
But where I was going is, well, hey, if we were going to position ourselves in a particular place, which side of this village would we, or this port area would we go to? Would we go down towards where the bridge is and whatnot in the direction of the travel of the water, or would we go upstream? Because if we're going to go somewhere and wait for a little bit for them to, see if they send a patrol out or, another patrol comes back or whatever, then let's go position ourselves there if it's kind of a wait and see and be opportunistic.
Mm-hmm. What about if we set up in a site, and we sort of left a trail, but we didn't advertise it, and then at night, somebody goes in and starts a fire, for example, at one of the towers, right? Get it burning real good, and then beat feet back, where as they start to come out, some people have to deal with the fires, and then we've divided them essentially, right? They're not going to just leave their stuff burning, right? What about if we tried something like that, like a diversion for them, and then as they chase after somebody, we pick off the ones who chase after it.
I like the idea of waiting for some of the people to leave the vicinity of the camp entirely. Whether they're going out to be raiders or hunters or whatever, like even a diversion, if we're in the vicinity of the camp, the moment something is noticed, we may have pulled a couple guys out of position, but they're going to respond to the biggest threat, and raiders are a bigger threat than this obviously diversionary fire. Whereas if we observe them, if we set up camp, let's say a mile away or something, our camp is unlikely to be seen from their camp. We have we set up rotations or whatever. We're watching their camp for people coming and going.
I'm down with that. That would be cool.
Start getting more information. Know is this a low number of people or is this a high number of people at the camp? And if we start to see if a pair of guys go out to do some hunting, or a squad of 3 or 4 guys go out to do some raiding, we can make the decision: do we want to pick them off? There'll be some time before the camp knows they're not coming back. We may be able to pick off a couple groups before the first group is noticed, but in the meantime, now the camp is down to we know there's only 4 guys left at the camp right now because people have been going out and not coming back.
Yeah.
It's fight them on our terms. Going into that camp, I feel it's fighting on their terms. I want to fight them on our terms.
Let's leave my thoughts aside. Let's try that, and let's see. Let's give it a day and see what we learn. Right?
Yeah, let's find a good place to scout and see what we learn.
We're ready to assault the camp. I'm all for setting a diversionary fire, but I think there's too many in too small an area.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
A football field would cover their entire camp from one side to the other. If you see your guys fighting at the other end of a football field, you're going to go running to respond to that. You're not going to stay putting out a fire.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Let's take positions and figure out where it is
for a day or whatever.
Yeah. And how do we do that in game terms?
Sure, so you guys, no, it would be about evening, getting to be about evening. So you would I would guess you would want to like set up a camp somewhere and then maybe take rotations of kind of watching from a distance, like find a good point to scout them out.
Yeah, like back off to make a camp together.
If like probably Claw want to give me a survival check.
Or there you go. I was just about to ask if you were going to put one in the chat for me. And specifically looking for something that's going to try to be hidden from this camp and people going to it. Like, I wouldn't want our campfire or our smoke to be seen.
That would be kind of harder if you're going to light a fire to have this smoke not seen at all. Like, because like you saw this camp's fire smoke like from a decent ways away. Once it goes above the trees, it's like pretty easy. Like, there's nothing to stop you from seeing it. The problem is like getting a high spot around here. Like, if you're in the forest, you're probably not going to notice. You would think like you could probably find a spot as long as they don't scout for it.
Yeah, I'm looking for a hidden one. If we can't do a fire, or if we have to keep a fire to at night it only, so the smoke can't be seen.
Yeah, you could do it at night where the firelight wouldn't be able to see for sure. Like,
we're gonna
make sure you're behind a
hollow or something.
Yeah, or a boulder, like or a hill big enough to kind of hide that. Enough trees between you.
Yeah.
Well, like during the day, like, yeah, I mean, you can't. The sky is the sky, right? So.
Yeah, we don't need to. Like, specifically, like the fire and stuff. Like, I didn't want them seeing us in the night, being like, "Hey, who's that across the river right there?"
Hey, this is why we have rations, right? Hardtack. We're in hardtack mode.
Yep. So
we want to be as inobtrusive to the people coming and going from this camp as possible. Gotcha.
Sure. And would you guys set up a rotation for watch?
Yeah.
There's gonna be people watching. Like, the people at our camp are definitely gonna be watching our own camp, making sure that we're not, taken unawares. And like get some sort of decent vantage point where we can watch the bandit camp unobtrusively and try to see are people coming, are people going, how many. Everybody takes rotations on all that. It's all stakeout mode.
So do you want to decide what order that you're watching the camp in?
Alphabetical. Anybody care? Is there
Nope.
Does anybody have a preference of going before or after somebody?
I don't.
Alphabetical by character name. Which puts Claw, Oksana, Codon, Claw, Codon, Oksana, Penny.
Yep.
And then Lindsay and Valerie, if they're in the rotation, go 5 and 6.
Right. Yeah. So you find a spot that you think is good, being as to where it'd be close enough to if someone shouted out, you would be able to hear them, but concealing your fire and being able to be quiet enough without having to be super still. If you're not shouting at each other across the campsite, then probably they wouldn't hear you unless they were scouting, and then hopefully you can give your friends could give you enough more. Whoever's watching the camp would give warning. So the first shift, you see them after a little bit, the sun starts, it starts getting dim. They, a couple of the guys that are at the campfire get up and go up into the blinds, and a couple other people come out of those blinds, and the one that's closest to camp, he comes out carrying like, or he tosses down some like tent rolls basically, and then comes down, and they start, the two people who came out of the group, or came out of the stands, start setting up tents. And they set up some tents, and then not long after that, like, they have some food, some laughs around the fire, some drinks, and then they pretty much retire to their tents, except for the two, like, you saw two people go into the blinds, and then two people come out, one out of each. They came and rested, kind of rotated. In the morning, you see them set up, break down camp, and again, the people who rested swap out into the tents. The people who were like kind of watching, they took turns during the night, just kind of walking around and then coming back to their tent and walking around. In the morning, after they break down their tents and everything, there's some discussion among them. You can't really make out the words, but two of them basically break off and, like, they make preparations. They like go up into one of the blinds, come out with a couple packs, and like are packing some equipment up and stuff, and then they set out together northward along that trail.
Northward meaning be towards us? I'm just
away from you guys, away from us. Yeah.
Do you think, I guess I would ask this of, probably of Claw, like, do you think that there's a way we could skirt around the camp, get to the north side, and cut those people off and kill them? Like, could you lead us through that?
This is when, assuming like Penny and I are the ones on watch, we're the ones observing it, I think I could get us around just the two of us and catch them very quickly. If we wanted to go back and get the others, we could circle around and try to pick up their trail and catch up to them, but like, that's going to give them, say, an hour lead while we spend half an hour going back and then half an hour coming up with the party and skirting around to pick up their trail. Like,
yeah, they'd have an hour lead on you by then.
Give or take an hour lead. But we, like, assuming they're not going out to, like, make out in the bushes or whatever, like, they're probably going to be walking for a while. Again, we could...
Yeah, you definitely saw them packing up, like, provisions
and stuff, yeah. So,
yeah,
like,
if they're packing up provisions, like,
them.
Yeah, I think we should try to, we've got an opportunity. I would hate to let it go.
Also,
so I would say, like, let's move fast.
Yeah, I would say, like, this happens in the morning, like, after the morning, when they wake up, they break down their tents and stuff, and,
now,
pack them back up, have
if Penny feels brazen enough, we could go try to catch up to them, like a 5-minute walk, like shortly after they leave, just far enough for it to be, like, out of sight, out of sound. The problem being, if we're in trouble or fail, nobody else knows it.
Yeah, everyone, as far as everyone else in the camp knows, you're keeping watch of this bandit. Well, the thing I was saying about the breakfast and everything is, like, do you still maintain, like, a watch rotation, or, like, once it's daytime, everybody's had enough?
I think we're trying to observe them.
Yeah.
Over at least a day to see, like, does the overall number change much? But this opportunity to jump two of them, I agree with Penny, is not, I get, like you yourself said, they were packing provisions. We expect them to be gone for at least a couple days. Meaning we've got at least that long before they'd be known to be missing, unless they're expected to arrive somewhere else, and they're not arriving gives it away. But even then, like, how soon before they find out that we ambushed them and killed them versus they just got lost or wandered off or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess the bottom line for me is like I think we should get the team and go like murderize them. They're bandits. That's against the law. I used to be one.
Together.
Let's do it. Like let's take them out at the knees, even if we're an hour.
They're setting up on. Yeah, they're setting out on foot. We are not.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably on foot right now, Penny, or your horse may be tied up, a little ways back or something far enough to not give away.
So you guys go back, get the rest of the group, and try to head these people off. Like you would know that you could probably like circle the camp, get to the trail, and once you hit the trail, you can move pretty quickly. Because they seem to be following that trail as well, but they do have a bit of a lead time on you.
Yep. Wait, so I mean, what do you say? Should we execute this hasty plan that is right up Penny's alley?
I think so. I'm in.
Yeah.
All right.
What we're here to do, and it's
Race back to the camp.
exactly the opportunity we were here to opportune.
Now, one complication is, as you may have noticed on the map,
Started raining.
it is raining. Okay, so you guys are able to quickly get back to your camp, tell everyone else, hey, this is the plan. There are a couple of them who broke off, and we're gonna circle around north and catch up with them, or cut them off if we can. Go take them out. Because they've got a bit of lead time on you. It does take you a few hours to catch up with them. And to be honest with you, like, I don't even think bothering to play out a combat with two of them against the six of you is even, like, there's not really a point to it.
Can we capture one?
Do you let them surrender? Do you ask them to surrender? Try to like non-lethally capture one or anything?
I would think so.
Yeah. Like offer him surrender first. They can face the long arm of the law.
If we capture them, are we keeping captives with us now?
Well, let's first find out what they know, and then we can make a determination. If they're, if they're Hannibal Lecter, then we can kill them. But they are bandits, so them's the breaks.
Yeah, so I think we want to know, like, hey, where are you guys going? How many people are in this camp? How many people are in this group? Tell us more about your leader. Like, other questions that come to mind immediately for me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put us on this map so we can see.
Make rolls and stuff.
Yeah, and make like rolls. If you wanna like question one, ask him those questions. Go ahead and like target one of them and like make an intimidation check.
Let me just see. I don't know if I'm an intimidation guy. I'm good at a lot of that kind of stuff, but
I have
Probably not the best
+4.
at it.
I have +4.
It's definitely better than me.
I have +5 and I'm trained. So I think it's up to me. Who do you work for?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
you got the Batman voice down.
Yeah. I think what I would do is I would like have like dark like things under my eyes to like offset it and make me look like really badass. Yeah, like Batman.
Dread Pirate Penny.
That's what I'm aiming for.
So yeah, you definitely intimidated him. He basically says our boss is a monster of a man. He calls himself the Stag Lord. He's Deadeye with a bow, and I saw him crush a prisoner's hand to mush in one fist. Come to think of it, I've never seen him without his creepy helmet on, but some say he ain't got no face under it, but not me. I think that creepy helm is his face. And he tells you that yeah, it's about 30 miles to the southwest. He says it's right at the edge of the Tuskwater, like where the Tuskwater, the Thorn River, and the Shrike join the Tuskwater Lake. He seems to be really hesitant, and he's like, "Look, man, like, oh, they're if they find out we said anything, they're gonna kill us." But you made a pretty good intimidation check where you can tell they think you're gonna kill him.
Well, I mean, at this point, his only options are to go back there and get killed because we told him, or flee and live a life free of crime. That's what I did, and look at me now.
Yeah, when you ask how many are working for your boss, he's just like, look, it's hard keeping track of who's working. Like, we're always bringing new people, and then losing people, because people just come and go. We get sort of like a passphrase to get in and out, to get into the fort. It's on the northeast shore of the Tuskwater.
All right.
I mean, that's how it's kind of like a secret passphrase, and that's how they know.
I searched them real quick. I mean, are they wearing the same necklace of the Stag King that we saw on the other ones?
Yeah. And actually, I was watching back. The ones that attacked you guys, they were wearing them too. I was wrong.
I saw it on their inventories. Yeah, I saw them. When I searched the blood stains.
So, but yeah, they're wearing them as well, and they're like, we're just sent out to, like, we have a shipment to, he's a bloody drunk. All that booze under the platform that we keep is for him. He ain't never been right in the head, but like lately he's been even worse. I heard he punched a horse for spitting in the yard a few weeks ago. I personally wouldn't care if he dropped dead tomorrow, but even drunk out of his mind, he's quite scary. I wouldn't want to face, like, nobody's got the guts to stand up to him.
Would he like face somebody in single combat for the leadership, or like is there like customs where people can take his spot?
I mean, I've never seen him lose a fight, so I don't know. Like,
interesting.
We were just going out to get more booze because Cressel didn't think that we have enough to make him happy. So we were going to go out and try to jump more to, rob some more people and hopefully find more booze somewhere. And the other guy kind of chimes in, and he's like, I seen last time I was there, Cressel, he keeps some strange old man locked up in the basement. I think that old guy's actually the one running the show. And the other one's like, oh, this again? Like, you and your conspiracy theories. Just some old geezer. I don't know. He's not the real boss.
What's his name?
Cressel keep somebody in a basement?
No, the Stag Lord.
Okay.
They don't know the old man's. He's like, I don't know the old man's name, but I gotta look into that old man's eyes once, and like, oh, it terrified me. He ain't someone I'd want to cross. And they start kind of arguing about, like, he's like, oh, you're just making stuff up in your head. It's it's ain't real. Like, it's just an old man. If he was the boss, why would he be locked up in the basement? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, I was just thinking. So let's think about the facts that we've got from these guys, and this is going to be offline, like not in front of them. We're going to have a little, like, so we know that there's the Stag Lord, and he's a terrible drunk. There's somebody locked in the basement that might be running the show, but might not. It might be somebody we could free. Who knows?
Yeah, one of the guys.
He's probably surrounded by.
One of the guys that said he's seen him said like that guy. He like, it's like he looked into my soul and like wanted it to eat it or something. And the other guy is like, you're being silly. You know, you're being superstitious and just. I mean, like one of the guys doesn't believe it. The other guy's like, well, you ain't never seen him, so.
Yeah. So again, like offline of the, I don't want to have a conversation in front of the prisoners, right? They're all tied up and whatnot. To the team, I would say like, okay, so I mean, do we try to take out this camp and then like find the next camp and the next camp and clear it out and just like slowly chip away at his terrain or his little fiefdom of thievery that he's kind of set up? Or do we just go right to the heart of it and try to take him out?
I think Oksana would say, hey, like, let's learn more. Let's understand this kind of lay of the land. Because we're not powerful enough to take on,
Yeah.
a couple dozen folks, right? So it's like, but like knowing where they're at, that's great, right? So, I mean, I think she would be voting for, hey, maybe we don't even attack the one that's right there, that we already know where the location is. Because we do want to find, where a couple of these others are and get some retainers and kind of, build up our own strengths and whatnot before kind of tipping our hat to this dude.
You would know these ones have been shaking down Oleg. You killed a bunch of their men. Eventually they're going to come looking for their men or Oleg's payments.
Yeah.
Right. You would also know, like I've marked the Stag Lord stronghold like on the map. If you hit J for journal.
Either way.
Look at that map.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
So you would know that his camp is fairly far down south. Won't zoom for me. Oh, there we go. It's fairly far down south, deeper into the Stolen Lands, and from the things you're hearing, like Cressel works for him.
Are there other bandit camps besides Crussel's up here? Like, where are the other bandit camps, the smaller camps that we could take out?
I mean, this is probably the smallest. This is the only other camp in this area. This is Cressel's territory. You guys would also notice, like, you fought these guys a few times now, and like, even with even numbers and stuff, like, you haven't had too much of a problem with them.
Speak for yourself. I got
except for that one critical.
Except for that one critical. Yeah.
Was that from a bandit or was that from? Yeah, that was from.
I think it was a bandit. Yeah.
I think a kobold also critical to you.
Yeah, I'm a crit magnet. Yeah. That's like a chick magnet, but way different. So, and not as good.
I guess where I was going was like, how much do we want to accelerate them?
Yeah, I'm just
knowing it's us and it's us at Oleg's outpost versus like, hey, weird stuff's going on. Like at some point, like they're going to send do we want the group that goes to Oleg's to be an attacking force because they know we're there and whatnot, or more of a, hey, like another kind of check-in?
I think the guy said that like this is really the only other, like there's the stronghold and in this like forward camp or whatever, and that's like really the only two.
In the green belt, and Roslyn's like, this is the main camp. This is their main headquarter camp. There's no other.
Mm-hmm.
and they wander around. And me pointing out, like, you guys have kind of fought them, know they're low ranking in the Stag Lords. These guys will tell you they're fairly low rank as well compared to other ones. So, but like, which is my way of, like, as a DM saying, like, you guys aren't as outclassed as I think you feel like you are compared to them. Like, it's not saying it's going to be a cakewalk and no risks or anything like that, but they're not, like, massively.
There only being one person in each of those, like, towers or bird's nests or whatever they are, it's definitely, like, that was one of the variables that, like, 2 guys in each of those would be, like, borderline bloodbath with them shooting at us. Like, we would be in such a bad way with them being up there. There only being one in each
Makes it a little better.
Much less of a threat. Still a threat, but, like, that was a variable that we didn't know.
Alrighty, so the first initiation of action, like, is going to be Oksana casting light on her familiar. So target your familiar and then cast the light spell. Did you want it to be a certain color?
Yeah, I think a kind of red-orange. Or I'm sorry, a blue. I'm sorry, I don't want it to be confused with fire. So a blue light.
Vibrant. Like electric blue. Like, pow! Look at me!
Wait!
There you go, that looks much bluer. That looks kind of creepy, to be honest.
Yeah.
So then I'd be, like, telling the familiar to actually kind of be going kind of deeper in here, you know, like...
So say, yeah, just to light it up, you get its attention or whatever, right? And, like, light it up and have it dance around, basically like, hey, notice me, look at me.
Yep. And then kind of after, you know, a little bit, I would tell the familiar, like, hey, like, I would message him and be like, okay, you know, start slowly going deeper into the woods there a little bit.
Or you could probably tell it, like, that's the plan, is get the attention and then go deeper into the woods. Like, that way, that would be something you could set up. It's smart enough. It's an intelligent thing. You would know to do that versus you wasting an action to send message turn to turn. So basically what happens is you cast that light on it and it jumps out, you know, makes itself visible with its blue bright light on. And you hear, after a few seconds of that, you hear from first the one that's close to you, and then also at this, like, just a couple seconds later, the other tower, like this emanation of like a loud bang,
like a gong or something, like a bell.
Yeah, it just says basically what they're using is a blasting stone as kind of like an alarm.
More cowbell.
More cowbell.
So the first guy, like, kind of, you know, knows better. He has, like, I guess probably some, like, ripped up linen that he, like, puts his plugs in, activates it. The other guy just freaks out, doesn't even think about it, and he is deafened. At that point, we'll roll initiative. Penny, you are up.
I don't really want to hold my action, but I think I am going to have to hold it until
delay
I
your
see
turn until after
water.
Claw kicks the water.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to click on that for you. Delay till after Claw. So, Codon, are you doing the same thing? Wait till Claw kicks down the ladder?
Yep.
And so I'll put you after Penny
Okay.
Since she held hers first. And then...
Delay F. What
This
the F,
guy-
man? What the F?
And I'll imagine I'll say this thing started running up there at the beginning. So this guy is going to kind of
Dashing.
kind of dash up here, start to chase off after. I'm leaving it on the map just for the light. Oh, I guess I can move it off and the light still works. And he is going to also start running off. And then Valerie is up.
The turn to after Codon.
Yeah.
Is what?
Go after Codon, like
Yeah, she's going after you.
Okay.
Get into the back of the waiting line.
Getting, yeah, in the queue.
and Lindsay will do the same thing.
So suspicious of you, Lindsay. Why are you doing that?
And then now Claw, you are up.
I am gonna lower the ladder.
So you're gonna-
Ideally, without this dude seeing it, I don't know where his attention is, like, currently.
It's on the movement up here in the lights, up in this up here.
Yeah, like if I can.
Yeah, if you're gonna like, so one action to kind of like either to fly up.
Okay.
Let me see, just to make sure. It's 20 feet off the ground. I could say like you flew like halfway up. So once you got underneath it, you can have started your way. So like one movement action to get up there. But you're gonna try to do it sneaky.
If I can, yeah. Ideally, like, he's not gonna notice until Penny's, like, coming up off the ladder. Like, if that happens or not, I don't know, but that would be the ideal situation. That'd be 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll, because I'll just tell you,
Yep,
like,
I see it.
it was his turn last turn, and he's holding his action until he could see something, and he's like watching them go off. His attention is over there, but definitely on alert. But you're able to like kind of just get up, peek over the ledge. You're so small, your tiny little head doesn't trigger his attention, and you see like the ladder there, and you're able to just kind of grab it and then duck down and pulling it with you, pulling the ladder down.
Ease it down. And
So say that's 2 actions. Anything on your third action that you want to do, just
I'll raise my shield. I can do that here. I'll just
duck
like
down
get, kind of get, like, duck down, get into like a defensive position. Why didn't it? Does that work? There we go. Raises my shield. Okay, and that was my third action.
Alrighty, and Penny is up.
Go up the
Okay, we're gonna
bridge.
start with movement as my first action. 5. And I think he was on the other side, right? He's on the northeast side.
On
Yeah.
the side there.
10.
I didn't
And
measure the
diagonals are
squares. I did
20,
say that like you would be able to
30.
move
One movement.
one movement. So
Okay.
if you just put yourself like there to get to the bottom,
Thanks.
one movement.
Yep.
To get up to the top, 2 movements.
So to get up to, that'll be 2 movements to get to the top. And then one thing that I was trying to figure out is, can I shove that guy like right off of there and just make him fall to his death
That's not a bad idea.
as the
Grapple
third
with
action?
them rather than draw your weapon and not hit him with it.
Yeah, and then, but where's my character? It's the, what's the equivalent of the shove action, right?
Shove.
Yeah, it's just
Shove?
shove.
That's a thing?
Yeah, I'm just
Totally,
thinking because
100%.
there's definitely like a ledge there, but it's not like, obviously full. Yell if you want to target him and try to shove him.
Yeah, okay.
See if you can shove him off the... Well, actually, real quick, as you come up, you're big enough that where if you're up on there, he's noticing you.
Oh yeah, he's turning around right now, and that's why I gotta do something about it.
His held action is gonna go off.
Let me guess, a crit.
No, he misses. I will change that from blind roll for some reason. That's probably because of the initiative.
That's okay.
Yeah, he misses. Like, it takes him by surprise. He was not expecting you to jump up, and just kind of like it startles him to release the arrow a little too early, and it whizzes by your head.
Okay,
and he kind of cries out, kind of gives like a girlish squeal,
So I'm not going to shove him. I got to be on brand. I'm going to use Dirty Trick as my third action. All right. I have a hand free and I'm within melee range. So I'm going to can we imagine that he has a hat on? I'm just going to grab his hat and pull it down over his head as like a
Dirty trick.
Yeah.
Dirty Trick.
Dastardly deed done dirt cheap.
Success.
It's against his success. Okay, so he's
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
automatically. It's
clumsy.
against his like reflex save. Okay, and then that clumsy ends after one round.
This is one round, which would be on my turn. Is that right? Like when it comes around.
Next turn.
Start of my next turn. Yep.
Alrighty, and that's your turn, Codon.
Okay, so what do I see? I mean, is this the... Hello, is that the closest person I see? Can I even see them through all the trees? I mean, actually, what can I see?
You would have, the trees, like, straight line, you'd be able to see under there, like, right? Like, looking through these trees. You probably wouldn't be able to see up in that blind. You're not close enough to it, and the branches and stuff. But you would have saw Claw fly up, and then Penny rush up and climb the ladder.
Okay.
You heard the loud bangs, like alarm. They're basically like bangs or gongs.
Uh-huh.
Kind of
We
sounding
expect
like
they're
alarm.
going to respond to us when they notice it's going wrong on this tower.
Sure. But at this point, I don't see anything I can actually target or shoot or anything, so...
You would know the plan was to rush up into like one of these towers and make an attack. You could probably see a bit into this camp over here, and you notice that these guys over here, like to the east, have kind of ran after the distraction.
If you double move your horse up into like this range, you should be in range of targeting them now.
Yeah, I considered that, and then I realized I'm no longer a fighter. So frontline is not really where Squishy goes. So maybe I hold
You could be
my
at
action.
the extreme range of your spells. I don't like. I'm not gonna have a whole lot of action economy to.
Yeah.
Now your animal
Sorry.
companion, like, it's a skeletal mount, but it's not only good for a mount. You can send it off into battle, right? If you wanted to.
Also, that it is a big fuck off horse.
And I'll
It
even
is.
let you retcon and say, like, maybe it was also over sort of by, or like around the corner over here. And like that flame goes
Sorry,
off, they change,
that
and this
again?
skeletal horse comes rushing out of the bush. That's a bit distracting.
Point that arrow again where you had it.
Sorry, over here.
Oh, wow.
Over with
Oh,
the distraction. Over with the distraction.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move him over there.
So, or in that general direction, like probably off, so that way it didn't make noise. But it can, like, you can basically, we'll say with like, you know, a movement or two, have it bust out. Like, you know, say 2 movements, it busts out, taking these like in between these guys or in front of these guys if you want, and like surprise skeletal horse.
Yeah, he'll charge down.
You probably like have whistle commands that you can give it or something and be like,
just like the rest of us, his is an animal, effectively an animal companion.
yeah.
He has empathic messaging up to a mile. You can like,
Oh, so you
not
like
a word for word command,
think about that
but
guy
like,
and be like, kill that guy.
It, like go
Kill that
go
guy.
get him. Yeah.
Okay,
It's not a
so
word
he's gonna
for word thing, but wrong vibe.
Yeah, you basically
attack.
send him the fuck that guy in particular emotion.
Yeah.
That hits.
Oh, goody. And damage.
Yeah, this guy just gets like this skeletal horse comes out and just clobbers him. He was like distracted by that light. And both of them
Yeah,
are
they're
freaking
killed
out a
them.
little bit.
And
But
it
that's
charged, so until the start of my next turn. Oh, if you're riding. Never mind. I was going to say it gets severe. Okay, so that is the Pestilence did
So that
its
was
thing.
one action
and,
for you.
Yep. And then my other actions, I will start heading 25. Is it 25 or 30? I will start heading down this way, 25. And I still don't see anything, so I
And
will.
you know the ladder is like right
What?
in this corner.
And then I'm gonna get just barely. Let's see. If I were to start again up here, 50 feet right there would get me. Do I have any cover? It's hard to tell where the trees went.
You see the little round thing like right there.
Oh yeah.
That's like basically the tree trunk. And then there's like a little bit darker of an area that kind of circles it. That's the branches.
Okay.
But if you
Yeah, I see
wanted
that
to
now.
take cover behind that tree,
Yeah, I want
Right.
to take cover.
yeah, just right there's. Get it close
Okay,
enough.
that
and-
is my turn. Cool.
Alrighty, Valerie.
No one else is gonna do. I'll move her up. I think she moves also. She might
Yeah,
actually have enough movement.
She's basically a fighter. She's got 25. She wouldn't be able to get up there unless Penny moved. Well, she can move through Penny, I guess. But that'd be her third action.
Is there enough room up here she could get to right there
Yeah.
for a third
Yeah,
action? Okay,
let's
so that's
see
her turn.
Third action, she gets up there 25 or 20 feet elevation.
Okay.
Dude's losing his shit. He's like, who are these women? Why are they climbing up here? How'd they get in here? What's going on?
And Lindsay she'll probably kind of come up and get behind this tree. That's going to be probably
Do her bardic
moves.
song?
Yeah, and do her little.
Fire courage, I think it is.
Courage. Inspire courage. She's going to inspire you guys to be brave.
Yeah.
And those of you in range should be able to get
I
benefit
see
of that.
red.
Yep. And that's her turn. Oksana. Just again, so you guys know, crossing this water it's nothing. It's a shallow you'd easily be able to hop over it or whatever, so it's not difficult terrain or preventing you from movement or anything. Just so you know.
Yep. So then I would then, quietly kind of move forward to be behind kind of, this kind of bigger rock here,
Okay, and then take cover.
And then take cover, yeah. So I don't know if I could do a stealth check or something. I don't know.
No, it's I think
It's on the
basic action macros.
Yeah, basic actions macro. Take cover.
And when you do that, it asks you like lesser greater. So if you're fully just like hunkering down behind it, it would be greater.
I think it's standard. I'm just like hiding behind the rocks and stuff. I'm not trying to like bury myself in there. So.
Alrighty, so yeah, I gave you standard cover. Okay, and that gives you a bonus to your AC. And then
It's the deafened guy in the other tower, so he's not even hearing what's going on in this tower.
yeah, he's deafened. He's not
That's awesome.
hearing anything. Alright, and then he's gonna do the same thing. She's not deafened though. Alright, yeah, she's definitely focused on that. She kind of moves up here. She runs up here to see what's going on. She's gonna see this.
We were gonna have a cat fight over there. I just had my wolf over there too.
Yeah, she's gonna see this big fuck off skeleton and throw one of her axes at it.
Yeah.
And it goes wide. It misses. Sticks into one of the trees there. And that's her action. This guy that's almost dead is definitely going to strike at your horse. That hits.
Poor Pesty.
For 4. And then he is gonna run back and kind of hide behind this tree and take cover of this big horse with skeleton horse, and that's his turn.
You gotta get an ever-burning torch to put in that thing's head.
Make
Right?
it a jack-o'-lantern.
Or Everlight crystal or something. That's just like a.
Just to make it. Take it from just being undead to just being straight up like this thing out of Nightmare.
Gonna throw his dagger at it, miss it, pull out his short bow, shoot at it, and
Miss.
Yeah, they're pretty
like
freaked
the
out by this
comic.
thing at the moment. This guy.
Clumsy.
Is
Just know
clumsy.
what's going on.
He is going to try again. Penny, who pulled his hat down. Actually, let me do this. Actually, no, Valerie. Valerie came up and she's very intimidating looking. He's going to try to.
He's gonna do something about that. He's gonna make an attack of opportunity. It's gonna be unarmed because he hasn't had an action to draw a weapon yet, but he's gonna punch this dude in the throat.
Punch him
Did he
in the
miss?
throat.
For some reason I'm not. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he missed her.
Okay. All right. I think I'm up again.
No, Valerie's taking there you go.
Oh, and she missed it. Oh wait, no,
Oh,
that
she got
was
a
the wrong roll.
critical.
That was she crit, yeah.
So go ahead and click the critical.
Yeah.
So she just like decks this guy. He loses his balance, trips, falls over, and just falls to the ground. Breaks his neck. And so now it's no longer his turn. I believe it's Claw's turn.
Yeah.
Now let me. I think I have to advance it.
There you go.
It did not advance it, but it deleted him from the turn order. So, Claw, yeah, you see the guy. You're kind of under the platform, and you see the guy just kind of snap. Give a couple leg kick twitches and then stop moving.
I'm gonna say, good job, guys, and then I and my wolf are gonna start working our way over to the other side. So I'm gonna use an action for the wolf to double move, which is about there. That is a double move for the wolf. So that's her two actions. And I am gonna move probably 2 actions. Oh, did that work out that well?
Yeah, it worked out perfectly.
I'm 25, right?
And you just kind of like jump on your wolf on Fang.
Oh, there we go.
Alrighty, and then Penny.
And that ends my turn. Oh, you just skipped Penny because I advanced it too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Penny, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you're up here, and that guy fell off. Valerie punched him over the edge.
Yeah. So is descending a ladder a rope ladder the same as like, can I swashbuckle down it? You know,
I mean, it's like a rope ladder. So if it was a rope, I'd say you could slide down it, but like, you know, it's got the whole. It's like 2 ropes.
Oh, like wood ties underneath. Okay. Okay, so then that won't work. All right, well then I guess I'll use my action to climb down.
I mean, you could always jump down.
Well, that other guy fell and like broke his neck, so I'm not feeling that.
So do you have a ranged weapon, Penny?
I have a hand crossbow, but it's not. It's not going to reach.
Shoot at the other tower.
No, but
it's
while
not flashing
that
enough.
guy is. Yeah, it's really not a thing.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's okay.
I'm going over there to try to get the next ladder.
50 feet.
Like, hopefully they haven't noticed that there's a little flying critter involved yet.
Yeah, 50 feet would be about there.
But I get, if I've got 1 action and I've got 2 actions left, I can do 3 movements, right?
You do 2
and 3 movements would be,
A movement is
movements.
It would be movements in 2 actions.
I've got a 35 speed movement. I went down the ladder as one movement, right? Then the second movement, I'm going to move, and third one, I'm going to move, and I can move 70 feet on the ground. 35,
70,
yeah. A total of 70 feet. So I'm going to go like in a straight line here to like cut the angle down. Actually, I'll stop under this tree, and I'll be like right behind the trunk of the tree. And that's, so I'll go 60 feet, and I'll be ready for whenever.
Next ladder.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. And I'm taking cover behind the tree, and that's that.
Hold on.
Yep.
So I am going to tell my Gary Pestilence to come down and gnaw on this poor fellow.
No, he's hiding behind the tree, so he'd have cover.
Okay.
Unless you moved him around it.
Sure.
Got plenty of movement.
Yeah, plenty of movement wherever he needs to move. Is that the angle he needs to be at?
Yeah. You can see
Okay.
that.
And then... Yeehaw! Kick him in the face. Oh no, that looked like a 19. That was not a 19.
You have hero points.
Yep.
Oh, 0 points. Yeah.
That's what they're there for. Reroll.
Turn that frown upside down, my friend. Oh my God. You were never destined to get that.
I didn't say reroll and get the exact same results. I think it misinterpreted.
Do it again. We can do it again. It says
That happens too much.
It does. Like, way too many.
approximately 1 in 400 times.
Yes.
Give or
And-
take.
Look at that. It's time for hero points.
And then
Right.
I will move up codon 25 and 25, and I'll take cover behind the logs.
Okay. Valerie 2 will 1 action to get down on the ground. Make her elevation 0. Then I imagine she just run up to you guys or with you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This her movement
Yeah.
speed is
Probably
here.
close to codon.
yeah. And same thing with Lindsay. Who's his triple move? I think she's gonna come up here though, and
Stay behind the rocks.
stay behind the rocks. And then Oksana, you
Long
are-
wears off.
So I'm hesitant to attack these guys over here and draw their attention over to this side. So,
Man, join us.
yeah, so then I'm gonna try to use, well, I'm gonna then move kind of, that's 10, 20, I think I can get to kind of here, you know, through the trees. And so I'm gonna do that movement. And then I'm gonna tell the my familiar to start to come back towards us a bit to try to draw these guys' attention away from the skeletal horse and kind of start jumping up and down, you know, like use one of his jet motions to jump, you know, 15 feet in the air. So
So you
that's what
tell
I'm
him,
gonna
yeah,
do.
he takes his 2 actions, kind of comes back. You would know that taking attention off that skeletal horse who is attacking them is probably going to be a little harder than just jumping around and waving.
Yep.
This
Even
thing
if
is-
it's just more distraction,
yeah,
just or in that direction, which is eyes off of us.
definitely more things going on. So then you have 1 more action.
Maybe one of them peels off, right? And that's only 2 against the horse, right? So like that would be the intent. And then I'm gonna hold an action. Actually,
2 actions to hold. It takes 2 actions to hold an action.
Yeah.
well, then I can't. So then I'm gonna do nothing else.
You can
You
do the
take
take
cover.
cover action.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll take cover. Yeah, so I'll do that.
You can move up another 25 feet.
Yeah, I just don't want. This is like so wide open, like going through this water. Like I want you guys to get up there and deal with this dude before I
Understood.
can.
Hang back.
Yeah.
Okay. let's
So I'm
go.
gonna take cover, and I'm assuming just kind of standard. You know, like I'm not doing anything crazy.
Yeah, it's an action. It just gives you a boost to your
Your armor
see.
class as long as you got something to hunker behind.
Right, this guy does not notice you guys coming up on him because he's focused on this horse. Just barely. And shoots an arrow. 4 damage to pestilence.
Ouchie.
That's a miss. And he's got nothing better to do. It's a Monday. And a miss again. Alright, that's his turn. Cressel's gonna circle around this horse here. Basically, she's just gonna start swinging her hatchets. She has a once per round
Hey,
feature where
batter.
she can use her hatchet twice for one action, taking the same, or it does have math on it, so 2 hits damage.
Oh, are we getting up there with some weed dwarf or whatever it was?
Ah!
Pestilence clatters to the ground in a heap of bones. Does not seem to notice you guys, so she starts chasing off after the wisp. And that's her turn, and guys up. I usually feel bad about killing you guys as pets.
You usually feel bad? You don't feel bad now?
No, you guys asked for it this time.
Oh.
They are fulfilling the
Yeah, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
like. Yeah, they're making this a much more.
And then he's going to take cover.
Master armor class +6. Oh.
Oh, they're gonna come over here. That one hit. 2. That one misses, and he is also going to kind of back off and take cover behind this tree. And Claw, you are up.
All right. Did I check this range? I checked this range. All right. Gonna dash up into these trees as an action. I give the wolf 2 actions. That's one of them, and then I tell the wolf to like hunker down and hide. I am then going to dart up with my other 2 actions to the a movement to get up to the ladder. Come over to here.
Yeah, and
Again,
then
like
you just
from,
went
like-
straight there, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm on the underside again. I grab the ladder from underneath because I don't want to be up there like with him. If he wants to come after me, he has to come after me down here. Make him be in the awkward position.
So you're gonna kind of move up under and then try to reach around and grab the ladder? What you're saying? On this turn, or are you just getting ready to do that?
No, I want to drop the ladder right now. If I
Okay.
can. If like that's within the acceptable action economy for how that works.
Yeah, so if you could roll stealth,
I can. You gonna throw one up or you want me to click on one?
DC 18. There you go. So to roll his perception first.
I'm gonna use a hero point on that for sure. Yeah.
There you go. Although you would know that he's already gone, so it's but yeah, so you reach up and pull that rope ladder down. The rope ladder is hanging down. And then kind of duck back again.
I think that's probably like enough for my action economy all in my turn.
All right, Penny.
He's up.
Did you say that he's no longer up there?
No, there's totally a dude up here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Well, yeah, I mean,
35.
you could have ran under
Yeah.
it. It's just you can't move that way.
Oh, okay, got it. And then I'm going to climb up. That's my second turn, is going to get to the top up here. And then my third turn is a shove action to shove this punk over the side. 12 plus 7 is 19. He falls 20 feet. Does it kill him? That's the question. If not, Wolfie's got a snack.
I think it's a d6 per 10 feet. You fall more than 5 feet when you land and take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell. Treat falls longer than 1,500 foot as if they were 1,500 feet, 750 damage. If you take any damage from a fall, you land prone. Right, so he would take 20 feet, or half 10 damage. So yeah, you knock him
10
out.
damage, yep.
Yeah, you knock him out. He falls down to 20 feet.
Okay, and I turned off. Moved my.
And
Now that all the little ding dongs are done. Oh, what's her name didn't go. I hit the button.
lands on a rock.
Doesn't Valerie go next?
No, Valerie's after Kodon.
Okay, got it.
All right, Kodon, you are up. That guy
Okay.
is dead.
The guy taking. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Boy or two. So, remind me how. So, animal companions go into dying state. Is that? I just need to know if I should try to save it, or if I should just come and try to shoot the guy in the tower.
The rules are player characters, their companions, and other significant characters and creatures don't automatically die. Yeah, if you open
But I'm
up,
also too far away to actually help it this round, so how many rounds does dying...
So
it's going to make a roll.
it's basically dying. It's basically dying one right now. So if you open up its character sheet and click the dice next to where it says dying, it's a recovery check. It's just a flat. It's DC 10 plus it's dying, so it's DC 11.
I did not made it. Go that way.
Don't click on dying, click on the dice.
Yeah, I hit the wrong.
You made one success.
So it loses its dying.
And it's just unconscious?
It's just unconscious.
It looks like it's farting out these.
It's what?
It's farting out Z's.
Farting out these.
That's funny.
It's still too far away that I can get to it to help it, but I'm going to... let's see, how far? 20...
So you saw this guy fall to his death.
Oh, so there's nobody left in the tower then?
Yeah. You would probably know that. You could still go that way if you wanted to be around the other people, but you would know that the other guys are all concentrated up to the north.
I sense my companion is in dying distress. 25. Okay, I think that's within... I don't know if I want to get closer, but I have to get closer.
There is a dude right there, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Oh, okay.
Why are spells so expensive? Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to do this in 2 turns. So I'm going to stay back here under cover, and I'm just going to cast Shield. I think that's all I can do. Don't see any other one action thing I can do to help. So I've got my shield on.
You could take cover.
Yeah, right behind the tree.
Yeah.
Or raise shield. Either one, I think it's about the same.
Well, I've cast magic shield, and I'm going to take cover. Hopefully that.
Yeah.
And take. Is this considered
standard? Yeah.
Okay, that is me.
If you go prone and then take cover, that's greater. So Valerie's up. Is she gonna just rush into?
Pretty much. This guy completely by surprise from behind. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Lindsay, I would say would probably do the same thing, like kind of run up behind this tree next to Kodon, take cover, and then do her sing song. Inspire courage.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Oksana, you are up. You see they're now starting to engage.
Yep. All right. So then I'm gonna cast on this one next to Valerie. This forced barrage. I think it's called. Yes. So roll damage, and I'm doing. So I'm just gonna do all 3 against this, because I can do like multiple. So I wanted to do 3 against that dude that I have targeted, this guy. But I'm not sure I did that right.
So basically just hit roll damage 2 more times, and then, so let me damage that one first. Damage.
No, he's dead.
Damage. No, he's dead. So that's 2 actions. If you...
Yeah, I guess, right? Then, and then my third action, I guess I would, can move 25 feet. So I would come over here to join these folks in the trees here.
All right, Cressel's gonna hear the force barrage, kind of turn around and
realize her jig is up.
she's gonna double move to get up to Valerie. She's the closest one. And Hatch of Fury. She swings her axes twice, and that's her turn. He doesn't know which one he's more freaked out about. No. Yeah, he sees Cressel's handling this lady, so he is gonna try to deal with this wisp. Yes. And another miss, and he's gonna kind of move back a bit again. Take cover.
Has no idea what's coming for him.
And claw is up.
All right. I'm gonna use a move action to get back onto my wolf. I'm gonna give my wolf an action with my second 2 actions. With my second action, telling him to go 40 is not close enough, so he will double move to get over here next to the guy. And then with my last action, I'm gonna raise my shield. And my turn. Penny's up.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I'm sorry, could you move me over? I had enough movement. Could you move me to the far side of this guy instead of the near side? Thank you.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to use 1 move. Come on, you can do it. 1 move to get down the ladder. All right. And then let's just break out the measuring tool real quick. I'm going to go.
The hatchet lady's 50 feet from you.
Yep.
The other guy's 49 feet.
45 feet.
45. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well,
oops.
it would be 45 to get next to Cressel, or 45 to get next to that guy too. So.
Yeah. So in either case, darn it. Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you would. You'd be flanking at both, I guess.
Yeah. So the idea is that I want to get over here and aid against her. So I'll be here and flanking. That's 2 moves. So that's my 3 moves.
Hold on. You're up.
I'm going to move up to there, and I'm going to target hit for 8 points of damage.
All right. She is now injured.
Okay. So I moved, and that took my 2 their action, so that is it for me. Valerie, cut her down. Second action to hit. And she did some damage. And then she'll use her third action to raise shield. And that's Valerie's turn.
Alrighty. And now it is Lindsay. I think we'll probably just move up here. She's being inspired by you guys. I think she'll use her telekinetic projectile to like sling a rocket at Cressel. That hits. And Lindsay with the kill.
Go, Lindsay.
She
go.
like jumps up and down. She's like, "Oh my god, did you see that? Did you see that? It was so awesome."
Don't clap.
Oksana.
All right, who's left?
There's a guy over here.
Okay, well then I'm gonna move. Wait. All right, and then I'm gonna cast needle darts. Yep, 60 feet. Cold iron. Oof. Missed.
Do you have hero points?
I will use.
You have hero points. There you go.
Critical hit.
That's
A very heroic point.
That's how you use those hero points.
Exactly.
Nice.
That is definitely enough to kill that guy and end the encounter.
Is that it? Oh, wow. Oh, Silver Stag Lord Amulet. Okay, got another one of those.
Yeah.
Can I just pick up the money and we'll deal with swapping it out later?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
It's all party money as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everyone gets 120 XP.
Did Crystal have anything of interest on her?
No, just a Silver Stag Amulet and some gold. So there's weapons that I'm not putting in our stash right now. But everything, I'm just putting everything into
Studded
the...
leather armor.